Hello there. Welcome to the game. Alright, tell me, what's the plan? Network action? Alright then, how many people were you thinking? Okay, what exactly is it you're... Great, that takes care of that. Does my star pupil want me... No instructions? No problem. I'm sure you're anxious for the fancy pod-picking spectacle. Be off with you.
Choose your alter ego.
You've reached a dimension where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yes, it's the Alone on a Saturday Night episode. For all you lonely people out there who wonder, will I ever find someone to love me and care for me? You know, if you gotta ask. How you doing? Schmitty here. So glad you could make it. This was at the top of my to-do list. And we're off. All you have to do now is buzz in and we'll get a value for the next question. Here's what we're looking at. $3,000. This category is the little engine that could, but just didn't want to. Okay, you might as well start on your homework, since you obviously have nothing better to do. Here's a word problem to get you going. Train A is traveling east, while Train B is traveling west on the world's longest continuous rail line. If Conductor A asks Conductor B for some Grey Poupon, when Russia, Spain, the United States, or South Africa. The Trans-Siberian Railroad in Russia is the longest continuous rail line in the world. The Grey Poupon part of the question was there just to throw you off. You know, sort of like a red herring. Hey, Grey Poupon and red herring? That sounds disgusting. How about a value? Let's see what this one's worth to you. $17.50. Up next, what would Vinnie Barbarino do? Hope you're hungry. It's question time. If John Travolta is home on a Saturday night with a Saturday night fever, about how high can his temperature get before his fever becomes fatal? 100 degrees, 105 degrees, 112 degrees, or 117 degrees? Temperatures above 112 degrees are usually fatal. In other words, if he's not careful, he won't be. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive when he walks. Go ahead and pick an amount. The total for this question is $62.50. What in the... I can't read this.
It's time for...
All you gotta do is figure out the answer, buzz in, and type it in. The opening value for this one is $62.50. Alright, take a look at this anagram and see if you can unscramble the letters. Evil. Alright, type the answer and hit return. You may not be aware of this, but Blockbuster has invented an advanced form of math in which 36 hours on your clock equals 3 days on their clock. Pick any amount. This one comes in at $4,500. Well, look what I found. I left my head in San Francisco. Hey, did you know Sam Cooke originally performed that song, Another Saturday Night and I Ain't Got Nobody? Doesn't really matter if you knew that or not, but... Which scholar would you most likely catch singing the lyrics, Another Saturday Night and I Ain't Got No Body? Karl Marx, Nicholas Copernicus, Thomas More, or Adam Smith? Thomas More was found guilty of treason and beheaded. But hey, look at the bright side. Sure, you're a disembodied head that's been rotting for centuries, but you're still singing. Things can't be all bad, huh? Buzz in for the value. The price on this question is $4,500. Allow me to introduce. It's showtime, all right. It's time. What do performers do for good luck on the television show It's Showtime at the Apollo? Rub the stump, choke the chicken, yank the chain, or wax the dolphin? Rub that stump, baby. There's a tree stump on the stage at the Apollo that everybody rubs for good luck. And a bad head cold. Hey, you don't know if Sinbad washed his hands before touching that stump. Grab a value. Okay, this one's worth $3,750. Shake hands with, if you're gonna burn in hell, you might as well enjoy it. Say, speaking of stumps, say you want to crank up the tunes to drown out your Saturday night self-abuse because it's not about masturbation. Which of these songs would be the least ironic choice? I Touch Myself, Blinded by the Light, She-Bop. Michael Jackson's Beat It is a touching plea to increase the peace, not the number of times you spank the monkey. Of course, the kids aren't going to be rumbling in the streets if they're locked in their bedroom with their pants around their ankles. That's something to think about, my friends. Go ahead and choose a value. Let's see what the value of this question is. $4,000. Here we have, it's a shark eat shark world. Okay, imagine this. You get a loan on a Saturday night from your friendly neighborhood loan shark. When he calls you the following Saturday looking for the VIG, how should you respond? Oh, I got your interest right here. I'll have your principal tomorrow. Receipt? You didn't give me a receipt. Or, but I already gave you the collateral. My sources tell me the VIG, or vigorish, is slang for the excessively high interest rate you pay when you use a, shall we say, alternative financial organization? Yeah, sure, a loan shark is screwing you over, but at least he's not calling you sir and giving you a piece of crap toaster while he's at it. Buzz in for the amount. I think that value might come in handy. You're gonna wrestle with a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat question is the Saturday Evening Post, if you know what I mean. Alright, what do you say? I'll read off 7 titles, you tell me whether... Alright, if you already know how to play, I'm just gonna put 30 seconds on the clock. Let the games begin. Buggy Ride, Peekaboo Game, Those Young Girls, Catching the Bottom, Last one, Reds. That's all she wrote. Now that's how you do it. Try some of this. You enjoy that moment, my friend, because it may be your last. Choose a value. The total amount for this one is $5,000. Let's take a look at Saturday Night Nosedive. Okay, why don't you see if you can fill in the missing Saturday Night Live Weekend Update anchor? I got Dennis Miller, blank, Norm Macdonald, Colin Quinn. What do you say? Who goes in the blank? Kevin Nealon, Chevy Chase, Dana Carvey, or Brad Hall? Very nicely done. Dennis Miller began hosting in 1985. Kevin Nealon started in 91. Norm Macdonald began hosting Weekend Update in 94. And Colin Quinn's disastrous comic timing began slowly beating it to death in 98. Pick a value. And here's what you can win on this question. $4,000. We're calling this one The Greek Girl Who Cried Nopa. Ready? Catch this. Because her father Zeus gave her eternal virginity, who'd be the last goddess asked to the raunchy Mount Olympus High School homecoming dance? Aphrodite, Demeter, Artemis, or Athena? You rock my world! Artemis, goddess of the hunt, asked her father Zeus for eternal virginity. And although I'm not exactly sure why you'd ask your father for that, he gave it to her. I mean, he didn't give it to her. He gave her the... We need to get out of this question now. Choose an amount. And here's what you got. $2,000. Time to start swatting bugs. Welcome to Bug Out. Remember, buzz in to squash the bugs that don't belong in each set. We're going to be looking at a final round value of $2,000. Hey, so what if you have no friends? You're still the best company I've got right now, so let's get going. Internet search engines. Buzz in when you see one that's not a real search engine. Things associated with the Lone Ranger. U.S. prisons. Synonyms for lonely. Characters from the Love Boat. Real alcoholic drinks. Rodney Dangerfield movies. Well, that was pretty damn good. You think we can keep it going? Time to choose a value. This one comes in at around $4,000. I believe this one is called Reach Out and Annoy Someone. All right, now for this next question, it's a phone call. This always happens. Hold on. Hello? I'm sorry, what's that? Prince Albert? You know, I'm actually kind of busy here. Let me, hold on, let me check. Hey, do we have Prince Albert in a can? I have no idea myself. I mean, I know we have some, tomato soup and, garbanzo beans, but, oh geez, there's answers up there. What do you think I should tell this guy? Hurry, pick one. Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't really matter anymore. I think he hung up on me. All I know is, from what I hear, after Prince Albert leaves the can, you don't want to go anywhere near it. Does anybody know who that was on the phone? Get a value. The amount on this question is $2,500. I'm calling this one, I'd like a uterus to go. Brace yourself, this might sting a little. If a Domino's pizza delivery guy works part-time as an obstetrician, what should he give to pregnant women to ensure that he delivers the baby in 30 minutes or less? Vicodin, Pitocin, Percodan, or Dramamine? Pitocin is the name of the drug commonly given to pregnant women to help induce labor. I understand hospitals now have these little heated bags that guarantee that your baby is delivered fresh and piping hot. Go ahead and grab an amount. Let's see what this one comes to. $3,500. Hey, I know. How about when even your imaginary friends hate you? All right, let's do it. Since he has the fewest people in his state, who would most likely find himself alone on a Saturday night? The dorkiest kid in Alaska, the grossest kid in Utah, the nerdiest kid in Wyoming, or the weirdest kid in Rhode Island? Wyoming, the state that received their census forms in one envelope.
Yes, hello. Mary? Yes, this is, Jim. I was thinking that, maybe you and I could, go to the Toenail Museum and then visit... Hello? There seems to be a problem with our connection.
Grab that value. I hope you're strapped in, 'cause here it comes. Well, you've made it to the Jack Attack. You should already know how this works. Let's not waste any more time. Need a clue? Prank call for... Hello? Hello, is anybody there? This isn't funny. Your fingers must have an IQ of like 1,000,000. Let's see how you jacked up your score. There it is. Wow, that was an intense game. That was really thrilling. You were by far the best player we had. Now do me a favor. Look to your left, now look to your right, and repeat after me.
You don't know Jack!
Do you like steak?